The hip-hop diaspora is worldwide, but still stands on 5 key elements: DJing, MCing, breaking, graffiti, knowledge. We're here to help cultivate that soul that hip-hop rooted in, and this is the culture that we can continue to influence thought, trends, and social issues on a global scale. This is the Elements Podcast. I am your host, Big J Son. Also in the building, we got our co-host, B-Girl. B-Girl.
Yo, yo, yo. Glad to be here.
All right. Yes, yes, indeed. And right next to B-Girl, we got the man. We got my man, 50 grand. Old Reg, what's good, Old Reg?
Hey, it's a blessing, y'all. Good to see everybody. What's up with you?
Indeed, man. I'm blessed, man. It's good to have you here, brother. It's good to have you here. Stepping down, man, on the left. Yo, my man. Got the shades on, man. Just transitional joints? Is them transitionals? We got Pune in the building. We got Pune. What's happening, Pune?
Man, what's happening, Jay? What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody good.
Lovely, lovely. And to round everything off, this conglomerate, man, my guy, the God, the beloved, the brethren, Q45. What's happening, Q?
Peace. Hey, peace to man, woman, and child. We the Element Podcast. We here. You know, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Listen. Yo, this is our first episode. If y'all don't know, those that's tuning in, we about to have fun with it. We got some dope topics for y'all. We got some dope segments. We gonna have conversations, man, and we just doing it, man. We christening. We christening the first episode. I got the Mook Cow. I don't know what everybody else drinking, but we sipping slow. We're going to take the conversation slow. We're just going to ride this thing out, if that's cool with everybody else.
We growing up in here.
I'm in.
I'm all in.
We grown. Word.
Let's do this.
Before we just get too deep in conversation, I remember there was a time earlier this year when my man Old Reg came down to Atlanta, and he was doing some business down here, and we went and had a brunch, me, Old Reg, Q45, and we was just building, politicking. We went to the Trap Museum, seen the history of trap music. We went to the Outkast mural, which was dope. We took some pictures there, and we had a conversation, man. Y'all fellas remember that conversation? We was like, yo, we need to do an Elements. We need to get the gang together, man. We need to do an Elements reunion or a trip or some type of annual get together. And we was talking about that. We even got B-Girl on the phone. I don't know if you remember that conversation, B-Girl.
Yes, I do. I do. I remember it.
Word. So we had a conversation about bringing everybody together, a Facebook group, and just bringing everybody together, man, and talk about hip-hop, visit some historic locations. But then COVID hit. Shut everything down.
Wow.
And made travel restricted and all of that. And put us on our butt for a minute. But it didn't stop progression, man. It didn't stop progression. So here we go, the Elements Podcast, man. So we still gonna bring it to you live and direct. We're gonna talk this hip hop. We're gonna talk this good culture, cultivating the soil, teaching the babies good hip hop, and learning in the process, man. So I'm excited about tonight, and I'm just ready to get fully engulfed in this culture that we love, man.
Hey, that was a beautiful way to introduce everything, Jay, because that was 100% real. If I can interject quickly and just say, with all due respect, you made one critical error, good brother, and that is you forgot to mention that the twins were there in the building, and they were the ones to vouch and say the different pages. They were there. They were there. They were there.
Peace to them.
Peace to
Peace
them.
and love to them. Peace and love
Yeah,
to
no
them.
doubt,
Yeah,
no doubt.
peace
Shout
and
out.
love to the twins.
No
Peace to
doubt,
the
no
queens.
Love to
doubt.
the twins.
Hey, from their hometown down there to Georgia, you know?
You heard?
Word up.
Straight up.
We got to invite them on, Jay, was the point. We got to make sure we invite them on one segment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Indeed, man. We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. That'd be lovely.
Yeah,
No
real
doubt.
groovy, yeah.
But outside of that, that was
Word.
a beautiful intro.
Appreciate that, good brother. You know, that was just timing is everything, man, and everything works in the Most High's plan. So, you know, it's just that time. It's just that time. And speaking of time, man, we could jump right off into our first segment, man. B girl, you got something you want to talk about to us? It's a sponsored segment. Let's go into it.
I do definitely have some stuff I want to talk about. This is B-Girl coming with actual factuals for September 4th, 2020. This segment is sponsored by Ground Up Radio. Just type in www.groundupradio into your favorite browser. If you want to hear some new music, if you want to hear some hot interviews, hop on over to Ground Up TV on YouTube. And while you are there, please don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to Q45 and Ground Up Radio. I'm just letting y'all know that this is a little, actual factual is going to be a little heavy, but just bear with me because it's going to get lighter, okay?
Let's get
So,
to it.
Do you.
Okay, so to date, the death toll from the coronavirus, COVID-19, has surpassed 100 million, no, 1 million in the United States. Now, along with this, as natives of Decatur, Illinois, we've been watching also a lot of death in our very own hometowns as well, okay? Now, going back probably over the last 6 months or so, you're talking about fatal car collisions and stuff like that. I mean, it's not just taking like one person, this is grabbing like groups of young people at once, 2 and 3, young people at a time being taken in car crashes. One young lady even took along with her an unborn child. More recently, Jackie Woodland, James Jimmy Jones, Darian Lamb. I think it's important for me to mention them because they are all those 3 brothers that I named are in our age group or within 5 years of us, okay?
Right.
Last week we talked about Chadwick Boseman. And today we also celebrate the anniversary of the death of Mr. Tupac Shakur. All right, and with that being said, I just want everybody to kind of take stock really of their lives and where you are right now, and especially your legacy, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about legacy. Tupac Shakur, now, all 5 of us, we're very, very familiar with his body of work. And I want to remind all of us, too, that he accomplished all of that, not just a musical legacy, but an acting legacy in 25 years. 25 years he did that. Chadwick Boseman, 43 years. Now, in Chadwick's legacy, he portrayed, his legacy includes him portraying James Brown, man of legacy. Jackie Robinson, man of legacy. Thurgood Marshall, man of legacy. And I think he sealed his own legacy by his portrayal of King T'Challa, the Black Panther, right? Yeah. So it's like, okay, if we die tonight and wake up on the other side, are we gonna be like, man, I smoked that shit to the filter? Or are you gonna be like, man, I wish I would've? So just something, I promise you, it will resonate in you a long time. I'm not gonna stay too heavy on death, but it don't get no more actual factual than death, so we gotta talk about it. With that being said, before I move on, we will take just another quick pause, a moment of silence for the recently departed. You can go ahead and do that now. All right, and also the next little part in the actual factual segment, in approximately 60 days, we're going to probably witness the most interesting. When I was writing it, I said the most heated, but I was like, no, it probably ain't going to be heated, but definitely the most interesting presidential election probably in American history. Okay, so as collectively, the Elements podcast has decided that we will take a neutral stance on politics, and I'm totally with that. However, I'm sure that we all can agree that voting, if you're 18 years older in the United States, that's your civil right. standing up for what you believe in, that's your divine right. So with all that being said, exercise your rights.
Yes.
Exercise your rights, because actually and factually, if you do not stand for something, you will fall for anything. And thank y'all, because we got through the heavy stuff. We got through the heavy stuff right on. Thanks for being with me. So now to the good stuff, like, you know, this week's new releases in hip-hop. I wrote down a few new releases. We talked about The Lot, came out last Friday with Living Off Experience. Detroit 2 by Big Sean, it dropped. Vic Menza got the V tape out. I want to say Jay Smith, he's got the Cool Tape Volume 3 out. And it's another brother that I had down, Busy Somebody. Who I had? I think I lost it in my notes. I'm not going to try to find it, y'all, but those are pretty much the new releases for this week. And that concludes my segment, Actual Factual, y'all. One love.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Way to bring the heat. Way to bring the heat.
For sure. Actually, and factual.
Girl.
Big girl.
Big girl.
Big girl with the actuals. Big girl. Hey, the Locks. I want to rap about them for a hot second.
Okay.
Because I had a chance to scroll through the album and listen to it. Not with the same ear that I did when I listened to King's Disease, but what are some of the tracks that spoke to you? Because that love, loyalty, and love, I love that joint. And that's the last joint, man. And that joint, that goes hard. I mean, amongst some other tracks, but what are the shining joints on there to you?
I honestly can't say. I'm a little behind. I have not listened to anything on Detroit 2. I listened to. I was giving the Locks a run through, but before I could get to the end, I had to leave. But one thing I will say that I noticed when I was listening to it, the Locks did not forget about the lady. Had a few joints for three that I could, almost a handful that I think of. I did hear that collaboration with DMX. I gotta listen to it just a little bit more before I can really, let you know what I think about it though.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Shout out to Sheik. Shout out to Jada.
Hey, hold.
Shout out to Styles.
Here we go. Yeah.
Hey, if I could jump in for a second, hey, big brother Pune.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of that joint that we was going back and forth about? What's that joint from the Locks?
Think of the Locks, man.
That real New York sounding joint.
That Think of the Locks, man. Yeah.
With
Benny the Butcher come through.
With Benny and Westside Gun on the hook.
And Westside Gun.
Westside Gun, old Benny the Butcher come through like,
Westside Gun on the hook.
I remember hearing that with the gun. Hey, and I just want to say this. Every time I hear him, I just think of Big L.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a history.
I think he just got that voice like Big L.
And that voice, I never thought about that. You got a point.
Yeah.
You got a point. That is true. That pitch, that high pitch.
Yeah.
He's a combination of Big L and Raekwon and Ghostface, man. Like he's a good mix of all of them, man. Like I love what them Griselda boys is doing, but yeah, that joint right there, that Locks joint right there.
Yeah.
Large Professor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Like breeding Preston Canaries, you know what I'm saying? Killer.
There you go.
That Locks, man. That Locks. Old D Block. Shout out to D Block, man. D Block.
Mighty D Block.
Mighty D Block.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Shout out to New York.
So I see
Yes,
you with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Culture.
So
How you? Hey, Reg. This was for you tonight, Reg.
I see the culture, B. I see the
Yes,
culture.
sir.
Pune got on the Yankee fit?
Yeah.
Got the Yankees going. You know, holla at dude, man. What he say?
I got, I got,
I
I got a Diamondback song, but I'm supposed to have a Cubbies hat on though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this was just
you
close
are.
by me. You know what I mean?
You are. You are with a
I
big
should've brought
red
my bed- I
feet.
should have brought my bears fitted.
Yeah.
Should have brought the bears fitted out.
Old bird.
Oh yeah. And we do them too. Yeah.
No doubt.
We take the 217 all the way around the world. I ain't never lost that.
Yes.
That's a fact.
No doubt. I love it. It's a beautiful thing.
So check this out, everybody. Check this out, though. So, you know, we could just dive right into the topic for tonight's discussion, man. Episode 1, season 1 of the Elements podcast, and we wanted to make sure that we talk about something that's gonna grab your attention and really, you know, reel you into the conversation. And you know, something that everybody kind of agreed on is, when did you first fall in love with hip hop? Let's talk about it, man. When did you first fall in love with hip hop? We could just go around, man. And then not only when did you first fall in love with hip hop, but what artists specifically spoke to you? What artist and why did that artist? What made you just feel that artist and just kind of concentrate on their works and even had those songs that just spoke to your soul and spoke to your spirit and got you through those highs and got you through those lows and even brought you on some highs with them. We're gonna start ladies first, man. We're gonna start with the B-girl. Talk about it.
I appreciate that, y'all. I think seriously, because I had a little bit of time to think about it since we, last spoke, and really, it's like an obsession, and I've fallen in love with hip hop over and over again. It's just like I keep falling in love with it. Sometimes, like, I feel like I'm losing faith, and then somebody will drop something, and I'll be like, okay, we still all right. We still all right. But I think I told you it's probably 1994. Freshman at the University, Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, and I'm meeting a lot of new people. I meet people from Chicago, Illinois, and I think that's when I really, and we know the 90s to kind of be like the golden era of hip hop. So I really was exposed to and started to listen to a lot of East Coast rappers. I think I really fell in love with the East Coast, and that was, around 94 when I, just kind of really started listening. But I was telling y'all about Nas. First heard Illmatic, which is just a masterpiece. How can you not? It's just a classic release. You know what I mean? So very New York, and the sound and the content and subject matter. But I'm delinquent because I still couldn't tell you. Somebody tell me what song Black Girl Lost was on, or what album Black Girl Lost was on.
That was on
What Nostradamus.
It was written.
It was written. Okay.
It was written.
So It Was Written that was the one right after Illmatic, right? Am I right about that?
That's correct.
The second joint.
I thought so. Black Girl Lost, that song really kind of spoke to my soul and let me know who I was as a Black woman, and that, I am everything and everything is me. And that wasn't something that nobody was sharing with me. And that's, probably why I kind of, am drawn to Nas still this day. And I discussed with y'all too, he's like one of those artists who everybody knows but hasn't crossed over. He's still got this really underground appeal, which I just really, really like.
Streets to
I want to tell you, if I could, I want to share with y'all just another 1994 story too, because it was the first time, 1994 was the first time I heard Mr. Sean Carter, right? So the homies was like, Kim, you gotta listen to this dude. You gotta listen to this dude. He talking cash shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm a hip hop connoisseur, so I'm like, let me see, let me listen, let me see. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just take y'all to this. Y'all have ever watched the movie Do the Right Thing? Spike Lee's movie Do the Right Thing. There's a
Big classic.
Remember the scene
Come on
when
now.
when the dude
Come
stepped
on
on
now.
bugging out shoes? He stepped on bugging out shades.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they just been going back and forth like, what are you doing on my block? You know what I'm saying? What are you even doing? And the man was like, I own this brownstone. And the homie's like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Bugging out.
When we heard Jay-Z say, partner, I'm still spending money from 88, we was like, oh! Hey, but as it turns out, you know what I'm saying? 20, 30 some years later, Buddy wasn't playing at all. But Buddy wasn't lying. And you go from there, 1994, to now you're talking about a billionaire. Dude wasn't playing no game. You know what I mean? But that was kind of like the first emotional bar that I can remember listening to Jay-Z was that, partner, I'm still spending money from 88. And that was 94. You know what I'm saying? So what? So
You got
that's
you got to run in there. What?
Yeah. You know, another little kind of emotional bar, my first time hearing him from Jay-Z. But yeah, Nas probably was the one who, you know, really said, you know, yeah, this is my thing. I want to stay here.
Word.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's dope. That's dope.
Most definitely.
That's dope.
It's a hell of a way to come to the culture.
Yeah.
For real.
You heard?
Quite an introduction. Quite an introduction there.
Man.
If you're gonna fall in love with hip hop, hey, why not Nas?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. And I mean, another person who has stood the test of time, still around, and we talked about it, it's almost like he's come full circle from Illmatic to King's Disease, and it's been beautiful.
Most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the growth is still there. The knowledge is still there. The flow is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Nas is Nas, and I'm telling you, hey, that King's Disease.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You couldn't find a better way to get introduced to hip hop. You know, you couldn't find a better way. Couldn't find a better way.
Great introduction. Great introduction.
Yeah.
Great introduction.
It's so dope to see. It's so dope to grow with these rappers too. You know what I'm saying? Like to hear Illmatic and then actually go through the things that you went through, B girl, through life and where your travels took you, and to King's Disease in 2020, and that span, that time span, your growth, Nas's growth, and to see all of that come, and he's still speaking to us.
He's still
amazing,
speaking to
man.
us, and he's still telling me that I'm important. He's still telling me we can't do nothing without y'all. Queen, he's still saying that.
Exactly.
What you said?
Till the war is won. Till the war is won.
Yeah, till the war is won.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It feels good to be needed.
Let's go.
Hey, we can't do nothing without the queens.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Man, no doubt about it. It's not working out. That's not working out. That's not gonna work out.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
Man, that's not gonna work out.
Hey.
And B girl, the fact that he spoke to you when you needed him to. You know,
you have no idea. It was right on time, because I was a black girl lost, like, you know, just trying to fit in, trying to be liked, and I mean, I got this one thing I will admit, hip hop was kind of like my way of, being able to hang with the guys too.
Yeah.
So I was trying to hang with the guys. So hip hop, that was like my end too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, he kind of showed me that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you was born with, you know what I'm saying, all power, so you don't gotta fit in. You know what I mean? You was born to be different. So
True that.
There it is.
Well, that's a hard introduction. That's a hard introduction to follow there, man.
Hey, that's a true story. Y'all, I I can remember where I was standing, probably replayed that boy again because I was just like in awe. And I was like, I mean, it went from him talking about, you know what I'm saying, the girl who likes to be in the club to just like almost like this evolution, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just appreciate it for that. I will meet him, speak to him one day, and I'll tell him how he impacted my life. He'll be a guest on the Elements podcast.
That's right.
No doubt. Hey, that'd be love.
Claim that. Claim that.
Yeah, for sure. Along with many other guests. For sure.
Straight up. Send that invitation. Esco, you invited, man.
Yes, better speak that.
For real.
Straight
Come
up.
on. Come on.
Yeah, thanks for letting me share that.
The real hip hop media.
Real talk.
We appreciate you,
no
big
question.
girl.
No question.
Appreciate y'all.
Good brother, old Reg. You up next?
I'm up next.
When did you fall in love? When did you fall in love, good brother? When did you fall in love with hip hop? When, where, and why? And what artists spoke to you, bro? Over on the west side, out west, Decatur, Illinois. Deck is 217, man. What happened, man? What was it?
I'm kind of well traveled, bro. I was born out south, moved out east, and then y'all saw me out west. So I got a chance to get different hip hop experiences from each sides of town, man, and it was crazy. But you know, I can tell you about everybody from MC Shadi to
ATL. ATL. I was thinking about Shadi.
Shadi, man, I gotta be rough.
Man.
Like one out on the east side.
Say what?
So like the DJ, I fell in love multiple times, but
yes,
the
sir.
first time I fell in love, man, the first time I really kind of fell in love, I had to be like 6, 7 years old, and you know, one of the bigger brothers, man, that was a little bit older than me, I would go to his house after school, and he had a big boom box. And one day after school, man, I came to his house. His mom would babysit me, and he was playing that Boogie Down Bronx by Man Parrish, man, and he just gotta figure this like the 80s, bro. So we used to listen to Lionel Richie and
right.
You know,
Y103.
Y103, wake me up before you go. We listening to
Go.
And then I hear
Wham.
Seriously.
Cooled in the water in the swimming pool. He just played it back to back. Bro, I said, man, what is this? You know what I mean? And just that track and do a little high-pitched voice and, you know, just the lingo, man. I needed to be a part of that. And then they actually had the, remember when we used to take the boxes, the big boxes, and tape them together so that we could break outside? We did that on that particular day. So I was officially a you know,
real hip hop.
No
real
question.
hip hop stuff.
No question.
Yeah.
I got a chance to get
yes, sir.
This and that right there. And so that's that. And then when I fell in love, the first artist, because as the B-Girl mentioned, we had most of it, you know, throughout. We still got more that we add. You know, I just added Nip last year, right? And he's really one of my main go-to, like he's a counselor now. You know, I just added him last year. He's a counselor at some odd years of age. And so, but fast forward a few more years, and I hear, matter of fact, I don't know what let me just do that for y'all.
That's Eric.
Oh man, what? Oh my goodness! Hey, just the attitude. You can see the attitude from like over here.
Hey, I'm at the crib, man.
Eric B was a man.
Because back in the day, that's how we first got introduced to the singles, was on the when Fab Five Freddy and them, right? Like
right.
That's how we got introduced to it, was with the visual of the video. And I heard that joint right there, man, and I just lost my mind. You know, the feline joint, the Gucci roll on, the velour sweatsuits. I'm like, what?
The dap.
And then his voice.
All the Dapper Dan suits. Yeah.
No doubt. So as far as my intro and my first love, if I had to sum it all up, it was that's my intro to the culture, man. I've been a huge advocate and fan ever since.
That's what's up, man.
And y'all, and if I could just say right quick, I'm sorry. If I could just say right quick, because that was another person I ran a Nipsey, left his legacy, 33 years. 33 years.
Yeah. That's my financial advisor.
No doubt. Shout out to Crenshaw Nip.
Yeah.
You heard? Neighborhood Nip. Yup.
Yeah, neighborhood Nip.
Resonating power.
Hey.
No doubt.
Look, this a little known fact. I don't know if you remember this, Reg, but man, okay. So first of all, just for everybody that's watching and listening, we all come from the same soil. But Decatur, Illinois, shout out 217 again. But yeah, back in them days, man. I don't know if you remember this, man, but you remember a little small clique that I don't think it lasted too long, but I know we went and got some T-shirts made, man. We was gonna do a talent show, and I think I didn't make the talent show, but you and a couple of other good brothers made the talent show. But we was called the Bugle Boys, and we went and got T-shirts. We got the little Adidas patch on the T-shirt, and the Bugle Boys and all of that, man. And I was salty that I didn't get a chance to get up there and rap, man. But y'all was out there and y'all represented, man. So one time for the Bugle Boys, man.
I remember
Bugle Boys, TJ Maxx.
The baggy joint.
Baggy.
Yeah.
Hey Jay, Mr. Jay Son, how did you not make the show, bro?
What's that, Reg?
How did you not make the show?
Man, hey, man. My rhyme. I remember when they had like I think they did an audition, or I don't know if it was an audition, but I know we did like a run through, and my rhymes was a little. I guess just wasn't what they wanted to hear. I don't know what I said, but I said something that must have offended somebody. It wasn't no cursing or nothing, but
you probably said something about some girls or something, huh?
something, man. And I think I said something about Lois Lane talking a lot, and I don't know, man. I wish I could remember that. You ain't finna get up there.
That's all right.
And they told me the day of the show that I wasn't going up there, cause I had the shirt and everything.
Wow.
Wow.
So that was crazy.
Hey,
that's how they do us.
Hey, I low key wanted to be a Bugle Boy, man. I low key wanted to be a Bugle Boy, but
so far they left you out, bro.
I haven't got my seat at the cool table yet. Yeah, they little bro me then.
But look at you now. I don't call that.
They little bro me then.
I'm sorry, bro. Look at how
no, it's peace.
Now you're controlling things.
Indeed, it's peace, because you know what? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Gratitude, but it's peace because it inspired me to, because I remember that. I can co-sign that. I can co-sign it. I even remember I can remember the cans too. Yeah. I'm not going to say, because I think we're going on YouTube with this, so I really don't want to say what CAN stands for, but I remember the cans too.
Remember that? I remember that.
You know.
I remember that. Hey, That's crazy because I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about that the other day. That's crazy that you even said that, man.
That's crazy.
I
You
don't
know
know
me.
why that came in my head the other day, but I
You
was
know.
thinking about that, bro.
Yeah, you know my memory. I'll bring you there. I'll bring you there, baby. Word. 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 No, that's a dope selection, though, Reg. You know what I'm saying? Rock, Airbnb and Rakim, very dope pick. Yeah,
Thank you.
most
I
definitely.
mean, who could argue, right? That's
Nah.
Nas, Eric B, Rakim, man. Them introductions. Hey, you know what? When you come in, and you come in on those rugs, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, look, you know, Nas, Eric B, Rakim. I mean, you getting the best of what hip hop, you know, not just had to offer then, but I mean the best of hip hop. You know, like you getting
Word.
you getting the guys, you know, controlling the crowd, moving the crowd. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't choose 2 to 3 better guys than that right there. Uh, I don't know. You know, I'm a little older. Uh, so you know, my thing stretched back a little. My thing stretched back a little further. You know, just a couple years. Uh, First time I think I got introduced to the culture, man, was a little young guy, you know, over there on the east side of town in Longview, running around. They used to have these little block parties they had up there at the administration building. They had a cat rocking the show,
Breakfast.
man. True MC. Cat named Lil Boogie, man. Shout out to Lil Boogie, man. I don't know if the brother's still alive or what, you know what I'm saying? But
Word.
man, listen, I never heard nothing like that before in my life. I walked in there, man. They was doing what they call a cakewalk, man. One of my aunties like, yeah, I'm gonna put you on this cakewalk. I ain't know what to expect from the cakewalk, man. But I tell
The
you what,
cake.
buddy was emceeing the cakewalk, and he had the whole crowd doing their thing. Never seen nothing like it, man. When I walked up, I'm like, man, I don't know what it is you call that what he was doing, but that's really cool, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's the jump off introduction, you know, for real in my youth. But when I came to really get into that hip hop, man, I was a B-boy, you know, not necessarily bugle, but I'm a B-boy. You know, man, my favorite MC coming through, man, was none other than DMC, Mr. Daryl Mack, Run DMC, man.
Great selection.
Hey, I had this conversation with Reg, you know, sometime back, man, and I told him I was like, you know, why everybody know I'm a, you know, big fan of Pac, you know, the whole thing. But hey, Daryl Mack, man, you know, come on,
The
man,
voice.
My
The
name is
voice.
DMC,
voice, the
the old
delivery.
time great.
I bust the most rhymes in New York State. You know, you want to be down with the
Don't
kids,
The glasses, the glasses.
hey.
man,
Don't
the
nobody
glasses, the
Right.
gel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like the
saying?
don't
microphone commander.
don't
Right.
nobody
Microphone
say
commander.
don't nobody say my Adidas like DMC, dog. Period.
Nobody, nobody. You know what I'm saying? Got the Adidas Brohams with the fat laces. Standing
Yeah.
on the cardboard watching
Or with no
the guys break
laces at
dance, you know.
all.
Huh?
Yeah, no laces.
No laces,
No
no
laces.
laces.
No
You
laces.
know. Hey, he's DMC. DMC, man.
I almost copped some the shell toes today, the all whites with the black stripes, like those shell toes is
Classic.
classics. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
you gotta
Or the
have
all
some shells.
or the all black or the all black with the white stripes, man. Them hard
Yeah.
too. Or if you had the pro model.
I'm
If you had the
rocking them
pro
all
model, the
black
high
joints
top.
right now. All black shell toes right now. We ain't playing around.
Learn.
Yeah.
I'm in DMC mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
got my Yankees and my Adidas.
Alright. That's what's up.
You know. Yes, sir, man. But that's my birth into hip hop, and you know what kept me going. Now, you know, for real. Now I tell you though, I stretch it out a little further though. When I get off the DMC, you know, bandwagon, you know, they kind of, you know, faded, went into, you know, they better years or whatever. Then Big Daddy come through,
Mm.
and Nobody comes through smoother, right? It's Big Daddy. It's
Man.
It's Dark Gable. You know what I'm saying? You know,
There you
I think
go.
the boy had me, from Raw. And then of course he did the Lean on Me thing. Um, and he just had, he had that go, man. What he say? You be gone in the wind for messing with Dark Gable. I mean, everything was smooth about the guy. You
You
know what I'm
heard?
saying?
Word.
Uh,
You heard?
so I,
Hey,
got on that Big Daddy
hey,
thing, man, and I rode that train
who,
a long time.
He wasn't
I know
bad
what
for
you're about to
the
say. I knew.
say it with me. Say it with me.
Let's say
Who
it.
flat top rule in
Goddamn flat top
89?
rules in '89.
Who
Warm it
flat
up,
top
Kane.
rules in
Warm it up,
89?
Kane. Warm it up, Kane. Warm it up, Kane.
Warm it up, gang.
Oh my
Baby,
God.
Asiatic.
Hey, hey, look, three cuts in your eyebrows trying to wild out.
Trying to wild
See,
out.
the same thing happened again.
Yeah. Shout out to Kenny,
Man.
Yeah.
Ain't no half stepping. Ain't no half
Hey,
stepping. What you
so
want,
we
huh?
got
Go for dog
we got
food.
Nas. Yeah, we got Nas.
Yes,
We
sir.
got Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah.
DMC with Daddy Kane, honorable
Yeah.
mention.
Yeah.
Yes.
All, legends. We naming some legends, man.
Yes,
We
sir.
got introduced to hip hop by some legends in the game that still to this day some relevant MCs that's still out here getting to it. Still out
Hello.
here getting busy with it.
Legacy.
Hello.
Legacy. I think that could be the word for the day. B girl, legacy. Word.
Hey,
I'm gonna go.
go ahead, Jay. My bad.
Go ahead, Red. Speak on it.
Just quickly, I was going to ask Pume, do you know whether or not Kane answered Rakim's call out on the verses? I know there was a lot of heat on that. Was there any other response? What's next?
Man, you know what, Reg? That's a great question, right? So I tell you what I know, man. The lowdown I got, and I heard Kane say it. So I'm on Cool J Rock the Bells, and they got an interview with Kane on there, and he actually addressed the Rakim rivalry, and so he say they was in a couple different parts together a few different times, but they had a respect for each other, but I don't think Kane really answered Rod really answered the challenge. I think it's a lot of that's what we wanted to see as hip hop. We'd have loved to seen that, but I don't think it ever really, came to fruition. But from what Kane said on the interview, and that's why Kane is Kane. Kane like, man, hey, he's at the top of this game at that time too, so he felt like, hey, Rob supposed to be the, the God MC, so I feel like I'm, a deity in my own right, so let's see what happens, but it never came to that, man, and that's a shame, because hip hop, man, would have been even better, for it. I mean, imagine, hearing that, on wax or whatever back then, like we seen the Holyfield Tyson fight or something. I mean, it's like when Goliaths come together, man, it's something,
Right.
it could really be something special,
Okay.
Hey, to interject on that, can I throw in a small hip hop fact?
Yes,
So, guess who was homies at that time
Talk to
with
me.
Kane?
Oh,
Eric B.
Oh.
Eric B and Kane was cool.
Word.
Hold on.
Yeah, Eric B said it.
I think I know this.
Eric B said it on the interview. He's talking about during the whole
Eric B,
time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I heard this
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, hey, I'm just leaving it like that. I ain't gonna get
Did
deep all
Eric B
into
help
it.
him move or something?
But, yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? He talked about it. Well, what I heard it was on God Bless the Dead, Combat Jack show, and that was a dope interview. But yeah, it was a trip, man. But you know, it would have been a dope battle between them two. Where it was still, you know, it's bars that came back and forth. You know, Rakim shot at Kane a few times, you know what I mean? But, you know, word to Daddy indeed, come on, man. You already know what time it is. But what, who turn is it?
James finna go.
Yours?
Who turn is it? Is it my turn here?
Yours? Yeah.
Yours.
Yay! Okay, all right, cool. Because I've been holding this in. But I'll tell you when I exactly fell in love with hip hop, like when I heard some music. And this when I fell in love with hip hop when I was a shorty. I knew that, you know what I'm saying, this music was fly, this culture was fly. You know what I'm saying? It was in the early 80s. I don't know, I mean 83, 84, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about dating myself. I'm like that. I'm up there, and it's a blessing to be this age. So anyway, I'm going to the boys club, 83, 84. That, you know what I'm saying? Big Bro was there. Jay
No
was
doubt.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Shout out Walt Smith. Shout out Walt
I
Smith,
heard
man.
it. So,
Shout out to Walt Smith.
shout out Walt Smith. Shout out to Walt Smith. Shout out Walt Smith. Shout out Walt Smith. Shout out Phoenix Park, Longview, the whole East Side, right? So check it out. It used to be this one song. Everybody, like, I was a shorty. They used to have that breakdance class at the boys club that you had to be like a certain age to get into that class. I was like 7 years old. Wasn't no way I was getting in the class. They're like, nah, you too young. So I'm mad. But when they would have the outside jams and stuff, this one song would come on, and I didn't care. I was the best breaker. In my mind, I was the best breaker out there when this song came on. The song was by Nucleus. It was by Nucleus. It was called Jam On It. Jam On It. And so and even to this day, if I hear that bass line, I'm like, get out my way. Get out my way. It's my slave. You don't know what to do with this song. So right. So I fell in love with the breakdancing aspect, which is one of the elements of hip hop. So that's where I fell in love with hip hop with. Jam On It. That's the earliest song I can remember. It might have been something else, but Jam On It sparked my earliest memory.
Yeah.
Now I got that out the way. The guy there's a guy that was MCing, and he was like the first tape I bought, right? You know, it was him, his tape, and well, if I tell you the other guy's tape, then you already know what I'm talking about. But this guy, he was a young guy at that time. This guy has a legacy in hip hop and beyond, and never really gets brought up in the conversation of greats. That guy's name is LL Cool J. Okay? LL Cool J.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
I bought the first hip hop tape I bought was I'm Back. All right? When I put that play, I had a little bitty box. Okay? like when I had boom box. Yeah, it was like this. It was like this big, yo. It was like this. Yo, it was like this long, and about like that tall, and about that wide. So, but I played that song in that box with that tape. Okay, until the face of it fell off. So all the letters ran off with everything. But I put that on. I'm only about. Shoot, I was about. I don't think I was even. I might have been about 10, 11, and something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, at that time, I can't really remember if Your Own TV Raps was on TV at that time. I want to say yeah, but I remember every time that video, that I'm Bad video came on.
Yeah, they had
Just like how I felt about Jam On It, everybody got the way, move, ate it, and I turned the TV up. You know what I'm saying? Because the energy he had, okay, like the energy he had, like you act out the whole song. You know what I'm saying? The whole song. And so forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies, I'm back. And then they ate away. boom,
Hey,
boom.
hey,
I mean,
hey, give me that walkie-talkie. You feel me?
give me that walkie.
Too bad for you.
I'm too bad for you. Like, yeah, I thought LL was like, yeah, I believe LL like, yo, he put his hands on somebody's arm. But the other guy tape that I bought was Kumo D. And I don't think I even bought it. It said that I bought it. My mom's bought both those tapes for me. And that Kumo D tape had Go See the Doctor. It was that tape, okay? It was that tape. Go See the Doctor.
Yeah,
But
classic,
with that
man.
Cool J, and then he been on after that. It is. And the legacy he had on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I remember going to the Armory. Y'all remember the Armory?
Yeah,
we all from Decatur. The Armory when PJ Jones, God bless him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they throw them Armory parties, and there was one song that I was waiting to come on all night. Jingling, baby. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jingling, baby.
No doubt.
And that was a remix.
Hard
You know.
beats. Hard beats on that and
And
that.
then,
I'm bad. I'm telling you.
I'm that type. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of guy.
Yeah.
I'm that type of guy. I'm that type of guy. You had Brenda got a big old butt. One shot at love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even on so on and so forth. And then when people say LL fell off, oh, LL smoking crack. He came back with Mama Said Knock You Out.
Man, hard.
I played that tape. Another tape I played until it fell apart. I played that tape.
Word. Hey, Jay knocking on the door.
Yeah, he said let him in.
Okay, I just tried to let him in.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Welcome
My
back.
bad, my bad, y'all. I had to switch it up. I don't know what's going on with the internet, but they trying to block the boys. So we jumping in on the phone. So here we go.
You good?
Hey, that sound like a Flavor Flav Chuck D moment, man.
Hey,
Wonder what they trying to do, Chuck.
Hey, Q, that knock you out, that Mama Said Knock You Out, same energy as I'm bad. He had that same energy, boy.
You feel me? Man. I was a little bit older. I was a little bit older then. I was like in 8th grade.
Mama said
when
knock you out.
I was going to the MacArthur dances. You know what I'm saying? I'm sliding into the MacArthur dances in 8th grade, thinking I'm doing something, and they throwing Mama Said Knock You Out. That back when I'm the skinny little dancing dude with my polka dot shirts on, my wingtip shoes,
your diaper pants,
getting it. You know,
and your diaper pants
with my Duke kit in my face, all of that, and your diaper pants. You weren't, and you can tell me we weren't clean. But yeah, LL, shout out to LL. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to LL.
You know, doing great things. You know, still doing on you know what I'm saying? I got the channel on Sirius XM. You know, shout out to him, Rock the Bells. You know what I mean? And doing it, and they done this thing in Hollywood and all. And even past that time, for me being a shorty on him, he still was dropping hits. And the guy that really could do the only one for a long time that could get away with doing songs for the women. Right. And everybody said, oh, it's LL, it's good. Because this is the man I need love. This is the man I need love.
Ladies love Cool James.
Among other things, yeah.
Ladies love
Cool James. And who's the LL Cool J of today? Who's the LL Cool J of today?
Drake.
Who is the LL Cool J of today?
Drake.
Yeah, he's LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you hear B Girl change the tone.
Still a rock something. That Hey Lover, hard with Boys to Men.
Hey Lover. Hey Lover. Lounging. Doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Jack the Ripper was my joint quality.
Oh yeah,
Jack the Ripper.
You gotta say Jack the Ripper.
Milky. And I'm back. Yeah.
Hey, Q.
He
start to finish.
Hey,
Start
you
the
jumped
picture.
in on that I'm Bad CD right in the door, tape in the door, so I know you heard the Bristol Hotel and Dear Yvette.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
What the doo-wop? The doo-wop.
Room
You know the
515.
doo-wop, do you,
Yeah.
Queen? You know the doo-wop?
Doo-wop, doo-wop.
Ooh, that was the last song on the tape. The doo-wop.
Doo-wop
The
is
doo-wop.
crazy.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
DJ's right.
Y'all bringing
I
back
feel
the
good
memories.
about Candy. I,
Oh man.
I feel good about Candy. I feel good. Woo! About
About
Candy.
Candy.
Y'all better give LL his props.
Nah, he get them.
Even Matt T had to say it. He said, "I give Cool J his props, and that's where it stops." I'm done.
Hey, and don't mess with Cool J because he will freestyle on you right now. He'll battle
Yeah.
you right now.
He'll battle you.
He will freestyle right now.
Yeah, I think Cool J might be one of them old pillars of hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a whole lot of cats standing on that man's shoulders.
For sure.
Hey, let's see everybody that we just named have been MCs that have birthed other MCs. You know what I'm saying? Where people said that Nas was the second coming of Rakim. You know what I'm saying? And how many people have taken from Cool J? You know what I'm saying? And how many people have taken from DMC? Run DMC was like, that was the hardest group for a long time.
Long time.
You know what I'm saying?
Two MCs and a DJ. I mean,
Hey, let me
The
say something about Run DMC.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about Run DMC. Oh, I'm sorry. Please.
Yes.
Oh, no, go ahead.
One thing I want to say about Run DMC, and I would give credit to Diddy. Not too many cats mess with rock and roll, and they was like they really messed with rock and roll, and I think that's not too many people. Now I know Diddy's done it, Jay-Z has done it, but not too people mess with that electric guitar. But DMC, gave you the blueprint on that.
Nah.
That's the truth.
That was hard rock stuff.
What you say?
And that was before they did Walk This Way, cause you had Rockbox.
Rockbox. Yeah. That's all I was gonna say, Jay, was the Rockbox.
Yeah. You know, and like you said, somebody spring off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm sorry.
You had DOC and Dre jump in with Beautiful but Deadly, all rock.
Yeah.
So they got in behind that DMC train. And shout out to DMC for kicking in that dope.
Shout out Dre will mess with that rock and roll too. Yeah.
Ice-T.
For sure.
Ice-T had the
Ice-T had a whole band.
Group. Rock group. But the first song he had was on his hip hop tape. It was called The Beat Tried to Kill Me. Tried to kill me. See, look. Y'all ain't ready.
Hey, Ice-T was dapping out with the whole. He was snapping out with the whole thing. He was snapping out with the whole thing.
That's somebody else.
He was doing heavy metal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He need a lot more credit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Probably one of the originators
of his moment though.
Big J Sign.
They was trying to shut me out. Whoever they is was trying to cut into my internet, but I missed half the conversation. Yeah.
I'm gonna put him in there.
But,
talk about them.
I heard Run DMC being mentioned a lot tonight, man. Shout out to Run DMC for real.
Yeah. No doubt.
But yo, for real. So I tried to take this. My memory is bad and it's all over the place. But the last time we actually spoke, I remember I spoke on a cassette tape, And then I had to think about this cassette tape and what was all on there because it was various artists on the cassette tape. And I believe that on this cassette tape, Run DMC was on this cassette tape. Now, mind you, I heard other hip hop prior to all of that, but on this cassette tape, some MCs was on there. And when I first heard it, this had to be like 83, 84. When I first heard that, boo, 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 when I heard that, 2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some MC. So I said this rhyme I'm about to say. The rhyme, man, listen. Hey, he said he took a test to become an MC. It wasn't like you just come in. He had to take a test to become an MC. Hey, so man, hey, that right there did it for me.
Right.
And I was a Run DMC fan ever since. Raising Hell, Run's House, Peter Piper. I mean, that whole Raising Hell album. Let's just get that.
Peter Piper.
Let's talk about that.
Victor Pepper.
That whole Raising Hell album was crazy. But you know, they brought me in. Now again, I heard other hip hop. I was hearing other people, but Beats to the Rhyme, man. Ooh, boy, man. So they were the foundation. They laid the foundation for me. But my go-to, the guy that spoke to me, the guy that molded me and influenced me and drew me in, and anytime he dropped a project, I was there. Anytime he was in something, I was there. Anytime this man put out anything, a B-side, EP, I was there. I bought into him. I bought into the concept. I bought into the message. I bought into the rhyme. I bought into the style. I even, at one time when I was working at UPS, I looked up this man's record label on the computer like, I'm finna send him something, a letter, something. I'm gonna record something and I'm gonna send it to him. It's Ice Cube, man.
I got it in the chat.
Shout out
You got it in the chat. I see it, Red.
O'Shea.
O'Shea Jackson. Red, you knew it. You knew it. You knew it. You knew it, bro. You knew it, bro.
Man.
I can see it. I can see it.
I heard.
Cube stood out, man.
Payback stuff.
That's why
I heard payback mention. Like
I'm sick of getting treated like a
stepchild.
Because I ain't him. You better deal with the 9 double M.
You gotta deal with the 9 double M.
Yeah.
Listen. When I first heard this man on Eazy-E's Easy Does It and then NWA came out.
NWA.
Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton was the first album that I bought with my money. And my mama and them made me take it back. My mom and dad made me take it back. They made me take it back. Not back, they made me take it back.
Bite. Take it back. Yeah, take all the way back.
They was what is this you playing?
I get that. Cause I was sneaking to listen to A&G, and when they came out with It Don't Matter, Just Don't Bite It, I was sneaking to listen to that.
Yeah.
I was sneaking to listen to Bitch Better Have My Money by A&G. That was a major that was a major turning point in hip hop when NWA did it.
It really was. It really was. But cuss word.
I was
Yeah.
Too short. Yeah, I was thinking
Too short.
short.
Freaky tales. Freaky tales. Don't fight the feeling.
Hey.
I really wish we could play music. I really wish we could play music, man.
We getting to it. We getting to it.
I am the rapper that they call Forte.
We can edit it. We'll edit it. Oh yes, sir. Oh, rapper Forte. Yeah. Yeah.
First time I heard the boy
man.
Forte.
When I heard.
Well, the first time I heard 2 Live Crew though.
Oh,
The first 2 Live Crew songs I heard was, we won.
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna play that? You gonna play that in the house? You can play that in the house.
Hold on, real quick. Before we delve off, I just gotta say though, America's Most Wanted just celebrated what 25 years?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
25
years.
Yeah.
25 years. When I say I know that album from start to finish. After America's Most Wanted, what do you have? Death Certificate.
Death Certificate.
Death Certificate. Death Certificate.
And we had Lethal Injection.
Lethal Injection.
Woo.
No, y'all forgot the Predator.
Yeah,
Kill That Will. Yeah.
Predator was after Lethal Injection.
Hey, I think I have all of them.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Because the Predator had Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked on it.
Yep.
And then
The boy from Red Hot Chili Peppers on there with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Lethal Injection had, you know how we do it. It had,
right.
But it had Really Though was my song on that night.
Really Though. Ooh.
Knock you out like NyQuil.
Something.
Why not believe in me? Because I'm a G. Go.
And who the fuck is you? He said, who the fuck is you?
That's
He got his West going.
Hey.
Knock you out like NyQuil, I'll kill you quick. Sucker for love ass trick.
Yeah.
No, he was like, he's like the gangster
And
LL.
he
He
like
like,
a
he has
baby on the
that same
tip.
energy.
Open, scoping, eyes open, but I'll sit back and get stuff.
Big
girl, really though.
Check this out. Hey, check this out though. I bought into Cube. I bought into Cube's persona.
Yeah.
I bought into his message, because he was bringing a message. But when I tell you I bought into this man's persona, he was the reason I grew an afro and had the tip fade. He was the reason I grew out my beard. You know what I'm saying? I was dressing like this.
Hey, Q, that was Predator days, that little afro.
Yup.
Predator. He was on his high learning.
I was a Cube stan, man. I was a Cube stan.
Yup.
Well, you can identify.
He was on his FOI.
Identify.
So it's not so much that you were a stan, it's just that was your man. You could identify him. You know,
Exactly.
you saw yourself in him. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it anyway. Because you see that, I see that with a lot of my partners when I listen to them and they tell me like who their favorite guy is, like now or what have you, like who most speaks to them. I can like see it. I can see like I get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like they trying to be like dude or old girl. It's just their characters and their personalities are similar. Like Quality. I was watching on Q45. My bad. Quality Individual. I was watching
You good?
Breakfast Club. I was watching Breakfast Club. I was watching Nas. You know, he don't interview a whole lot, so I was watching his latest interview, and I've always kind of felt like Q45 had Nasir traits and characteristics in terms of how he carried himself. But looking at that
Oh
interview,
wow.
yeah, I do. I kind of feel like that. You and Mr. Jones, like y'all might be distant relatives or something.
Distant relatives. Shout out
That's-
distant relatives.
That's crazy.
Y'all carry y'all
Distant relatives.
You got a little nasty aura about
That's
you.
crazy.
So I get it, Jay. I get it.
Hey, I take it as a great compliment.
I mean that.
But-
I meant to hit you. I meant to
Absolutely.
tell you that.
But check this out, and I appreciate
Hey,
what you
That's
Jay,
crazy.
Okay.
so Jay,
Go ahead, bro.
you digging Cube, man. He birthed you into this thing. Excuse me, and I happen to know all of us on the panel are fans of the East Coast gangster rapper Cool G Rap. So you liking Cube? I know you recall the messed up them guys did. Cube, Cool G Rap, 2 to the head. Huh?
One of the originators,
So five,
one of the
so
pioneers.
five. You know what I'm talking about?
I was just listening to that on everything. I was just listening to that the other night. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Uncle Brad on
'Cause
there?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Right? Uncle Brad on that song?
Brad Snap.
Brad Snap, right?
Cube went off on it too. Buck 'em down, buck 'em again. Yeah, hey. They all
Yeah.
snap, yeah. They all snap. 2 to the head.
Man.
That whole
You know what I'm
album
saying?
was produced. The whole album was produced by Sir Jinx. Ice Cube producer. Word.
Yeah.
So
Jinx.
it had that feel. Yo,
It did,
it had
man.
that feel.
It
Jinx
did.
was just talking about it on the interview.
Hey.
But G Rap,
That-
yeah, G Rap, like that one that did a live tape.
Oh man.
I used to listen to that every morning, get ready to go to St. Teresa. Every morning, get ready to go to St. Teresa. But I'm like, I gotta get my mind together, man. I gotta get my mind together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got my mind together because you know what? I got guys like Old Reds. Messing with me, digging at me every day. So I got to toughen my mind up real quick. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm playing. It's love, brother. It's love. But yeah, Bad to the Bone. That's one of my favorite G-Rap. Bad to the Bone and Death Wish. Word.
Oh,
G-Rap.
word. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but let me say this. Because Reg was saying I got a Nasir swag, but I'm gonna throw some honorable mentions in there for people that kind of influenced me. And Jay, you already know one guy I'm gonna say. Redman. Redman had me want to wear sweats,
You know who?
hoodies, no haircut, no haircut,
The bandana.
bandana,
bro.
like
Reggie Noble.
mean Reggie Noble, right? That was my guy. And then at the same time, Grand Poobah. When he came in, he was wearing the polo
With the
shirts,
backpack.
the backpack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Smooth.
Poobah made me say, okay, I want to kind of get fly now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Poobah, and people sleep, but Poobah, he was on fire for a good minute there. He was on fire.
Yes, sir.
He was
Yes,
on
sir.
fire for a good minute. Like in New York, like they
Hey.
said, he was a man for a good minute. Yeah.
Man,
Peace to
dude
the
brought
God.
a
Peace to the
nice
God,
swag
Poobah.
to the game too, man.
No
He
doubt.
brought nice swag
Yeah,
to the
man.
game. Cleaned up B-boy.
Put Tommy Hilfiger in the game.
Yeah, he put Tommy. He put Tommy.
Yeah.
Well,
He put
The
Timmy
ball
Hilfiger in the
hanging
game.
baggy. Put your ball out there. Tommy Hilfiger tap gear.
straight up.
Anyway,
Tommy should be giving that man residuals right now.
Stack on my back. That's just my flavor, huh? Yeah.
And he was writing exact too.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He was God buddy. Word. Same time he get on a record and talk about I'm hitting skins, I'm fly this, but then turn around and make a track called Soul Controller or Give You Knowledge. My first lesson in Supreme Mathematics was through Brand New being Wake Up. You know what I'm saying? Like you listen to that second verse,
I gotta check it out.
boom. You know what I'm saying?
Right there.
But you got
They broke it all
But
down.
you need knowledge, wisdom to bring forth the understanding.
Yes.
Culture, freedom, refinement, equality, God, beauty, strong, born. Woo! Can a devil fool a mother? Hey, without giving up too much, listen to that song, man. You're going to want to study 120.
Talk to the babies. Talk to the babies. Talk to the babies, man. Talk to the babies.
Listen. Go back. There's a song, by Brand Nubian. It's pretty much a solo song by Grand Poobah. That song breaks down. All it is it's 5% of lost fatal lessons.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, listen to that and you're going to want to find more. You're going to want to study 120 as soon as you sit up there. And when you start studying 120, you're like, wow. You do that, then you start getting knowledge itself.
Yeah.
Well, peace to the gods and earth.
Piece of them gems, for real.
Indeed. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a sangria.
Take a form of the phone. We good.
So, hey, yo, we an hour in and we still got more left. To the audience, to everybody that's tuning in and watching, man, I hope y'all enjoying. Look, like, share, and subscribe. You see the ticker tape rolling by. Like, share, and subscribe, man. This is the Elements Podcast, Season 1, Episode 1. We got more on the way, you know what I'm saying? And I hope you digging. I hope you feeling what we talking about. And we got more coming. But, yo, just everything we talking about, take notes, man. If we mention the song, look, we all in our 40s. I ain't scared to say it. We been there. We done that. We lived. We traveled.
It's a blessing.
Listen to some of these songs, man. Go back and study some of these songs. All y'all youngins, go back and study some of these songs, man. It's lessons and it's jewels in these songs that we talking about. And
Indeed.
it's just something to get you moving. You know what I'm saying? And good music, man. Good music lasts a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? We talking good music. It lasts a lifetime. It lasts a lifetime. But yo,
stand right here, right there.
Listen, yo, let's. I think we need to go into another segment though. What y'all think?
Yes, sir.
Let's travel.
Let's travel. Let's travel. We got a segment, man. We got a segment coming up right now. With the gentleman, Old Reg. You know what I'm saying? What you want to talk about tonight, Old Reg?
Well, first I got a fun fact for y'all, man. I appreciate the opportunity. I don't know if y'all know, man. A couple of y'all know me from St. James, but did y'all know that I was actually born in Harlem? Did y'all know that I was born in Harlem? Did you know that?
What?
No,
I didn't.
Yeah. How you think I'm such
Harlem, New York, man. You a New Yorker?
Oh,
You a New Yorker, dude?
I can understand now.
I was born in Harlem. I lived around.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Grew up around the corner.
It all makes sense.
I came to the crib.
Hey.
Common said one day it'll all make sense. One day it'll all make sense.
Exclusive.
Y'all gullible, man. I was born in Decatur, Illinois, man.
Oh.
Hey, it wouldn't have been hard to believe. It ain't hard to. That's nothing that was hard to believe, though.
It wasn't hard to believe. That was good.
We're gonna let it ride. We're gonna let it ride.
No, man. I had a pleasure and honor, man, to be able to speak briefly, in the interest of time, about the power of hip hop fashion and the role it played in the culture. And before doing so, I got a couple of notes I want to share with you all, if that's okay. that I borrowed from that show that's on Netflix called Remix. Have you guys had the opportunity to see that just yet? That talks
I
about
watched
that.
it last night. I watched it last night, bro.
Yeah, you'll be able to relate then. How about
Yeah.
anybody else? Is it cool? You enjoy
Haven't
it,
watched it yet.
Oh, well, for you guys that haven't,
I haven't had a chance to yet.
that's okay. It's about an
Very
hour
good.
long.
Yep.
You'll agree that it's time well spent. You'll agree with that, won't you, Quality?
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of insight. A lot of insight. You know, people that you heard about for years.
Yeah.
You learn how intricate the game was. Like people like Misa Hilton, April Walker,
Yep.
of course,
Yeah.
Dapper Dan,
Yep.
and so on and so forth. You know. Word.
That's 100% true, guys. For you guys who haven't seen it yet, it really deals with the origin of hip hop fashion, gives you a lesson, and then talks about how it evolved. But it gives credit to people like Nisa, who I wasn't familiar with prior to watching the show, who was in the background getting it done, making major accomplishments, but didn't get the credit for at the time.
Right.
Is just now getting her just due. One of them actually actually using Dapper Dan's style, took MGM outfit, created something. She didn't know who she was making it for at the time. Turns out she was making the outfit for Beyonce for the Ape Shit record with her and Jay on the back. Yeah, so when you guys go back and see that record, you will see that what Beyonce got on the whole MGM.
That
Yeah,
was
she had on the bustier. She had on the MCM bustier.
That's exactly
That was
what she
dope.
did.
Yeah.
It was crazy dope.
She was killing it.
She
Yeah.
didn't know who she was making it for. And that's the beauty of the story. She had no idea who she was making it for. The whole time she was making it for Beyonce for that video. Yep.
Yeah, and Beyonce killed it in that outfit too.
Yeah,
I think Beyonce had the hat on and everything.
that's what I was
When
just
she was
saying.
doing that, she killed it, man. She killed it, man.
Yeah, so I encourage y'all to check it out, but I'm going to borrow a couple of things. So when we talk about fashion, there's so many places we can go. When we talk about hip-hop's fashion in this world, hip-hop's fashion in the world, and then how the culture and the music marry. There's a whole lot of places we go. But since this is the beginning, I just wanted to start at the essence. So I encourage you guys to go check that out because there's a lot of history there. But I borrowed a couple of quotes from that film that I want to share with you guys. So I just think it sums it up. The first one says, "Black culture, black fashion, even black bodies have always been cool, as long as it's not black people." Now think about that for just a moment. So our fashion, even black bodies, as long as it wasn't us. Right? That's the quote in there. It says, "That's the notion we have always been fighting to disrupt." That's how the show opened up, actually. They said that. Then they go on to say the spirit of hip-hop fashion, the spirit of hip-hop fashion is born out of our struggles from slavery. They gave us nothing, but we had incredible imagination. We would take their passed down garments. Y'all got to figure, we came over here in chains, right? Naked. So we came over here with nothing. They passed us down just so that we can survive the elements. When we got here, they passed us down their stuff. But we were clever enough back then to say, man,
Indeed.
I ain't really feeling the way he rocking it, but let me go in. You know what I'm saying? And we grabbed this stuff and flipping it back then. Flipped it back then is like, and then we on the plantation like, bro.
Hey, and would sometimes get in trouble because we was rocking their stuff better than them.
Rocking their stuff better than them.
What you said?
What
you said? What you said?
All of a sudden they want their stuff back.
This ain't throwaway stuff that they gave us just so that we can function out on the plantation. We took it and was like, okay, I see how he played it. So I'm going to go ahead and take it like this. Go ahead, somebody go ahead. Somebody was about to say something.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
Real spill.
No, keep going.
Real spill.
So they said we would take they said it was born out of slavery. They gave us nothing, but we had incredible imagination. We would take their passed down garments, piece them together, and create something new and exciting, thus making a fashion statement. That's the quote that I want to tell you.
Yeah,
And so when we think about
I love it.
it's very hard watching. It's heavy. It's heavy.
Love it. I'm going to watch it as soon as we get off.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Hey, awesome jewels you just shared.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Hey,
we have to,
can I add on?
yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you know how we made Adidas popping, right? But you know Adidas was made
The bucket
I
hat.
got you. But what I'm about to say, if I'm gonna mess your head up, bro, you know who Adidas was originally made for?
Go ahead. I know it wasn't for us.
Like German Nazi dudes, like to run against Jesse Owens, my G.
Oh wow.
It's definitely not an American shoe, and it's not the real pronunciation is Adidas.
Right.
Don't that sound German as hell?
Right.
Adidas.
Wait a minute. Look into my eyes. I tell you no lies.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate that tidbit. So one of the other tidbits that they had, it said, like the music itself, hip-hop fashion was born out of the need for self-expression. The need to be seen, the need to be heard. That's what hip-hop fashion was born out of. So when we think about hip-hop fashion, we don't even think about it, or even the culture itself, we just live it, right? Like we just live it. So music and stuff is easier to identify with because songs, release, all of that. But when we think about fashion, it's just who we are. It's part of our self-expression. So we don't really think about it other than how we're going to put things together. We don't study it like we do music, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it required me to go do some research to kind of even think about it and say, how can I make this into a segment? And when I saw that, I thought about it and I was like, that's powerful because both the culture, both hip-hop music and the fashion aspect of it were both born out of our desperation to be heard and seen. We're taking bits and pieces of scraps from everything to make something that fit us because this ain't our culture. We don't come from here.
Talk to
him. Grab all this just to make it our own. And we did a freaking phenomenal job, guys. I mean,
we always make something out of nothing. Always make something out of nothing.
Absolutely. Yeah. No other genre, think about this, guys. No other genre has coupled that weight. Like, what other genre has such an emphasis on fashion that the two together are multi-billion-dollar industries that shift in culture? None of them.
None.
Not doing that.
None.
Nobody.
None.
Music, they come from us. Blues didn't do it. Rock and roll didn't do it. You didn't see, the way rock and rollers dressed. The mothers ain't walking around dressed like that every day. You know what I mean? The rock and rollers back in the day, you know what I'm saying? How they did all the different mothers weren't dressing like that, but hip hop culture shaped fashion so much so that that was a way of life for us. And the other cool thing that was really interesting when I thought about it in preparation for this, the cool thing was the other genres, they wanted to look like stars, right? Even like R&B and even the stuff soul music we grew up on. If you look at the album covers, them jokers, think about Prince as an example, or Michael as an example. They were stars, they looked like stars. But when you look at hip hop artists, what did we have on? We had this on. We literally had this on and made this. This is what our stars was wearing.
Right.
Tracksuits.
Yeah, sports apparel.
Tracksuits, right.
Sports apparel, yeah.
Something that they used to just play on the court, for the game, for the game. We took that, and that's what our stars was wearing. So we emulated what we saw in the neighborhood and made it to where stardom and made that and shifted it towards worldwide fashion. That's how powerful it was. Here's one other tidbit that I thought of. Think about this for a moment. Remember the Hype Williams videos and the big budgets of the 90s? You know what I mean? You talk about when you make a budget for a video, how, we're talking about multi-million-dollar budgets, right? And then what
shiny suit.
you got a multi-million-dollar budget, and you got our stars on stage in Dickie suits.
Bro, I was just
How
thinking about Dickie suits. I was just thinking about that.
We don't
Oh, we talking about Dickies? We talking about Dickies?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out the West Coast really blew that whole little thing up, because that's almost like a penitentiary uniform as well.
All right. So let's slide Carhartt in there too.
Fleet had the Dickies.
Let's slide Carhartt in there.
Yeah.
Nice little Carhartt jacket for the winter.
And Reg, you know, all y'all know, man. Muggs like what was that, like 92, 93? Muggs had that Carhartt hoodie, that jacket, the Scully, the Dickies, the flannel shirts, bruh. The flannel shirts, yo.
Hey, y'all know the home of Carhartt is Detroit, Michigan. Very close to Carhartt. Because they are work clothes. And I mean, it's a working city. You talking about the big three, you know, GM, Chrysler. But yeah, home of Carhartt, Detroit, Michigan. As a matter of fact, the flagship store is here.
That's beautiful.
Check that out.
I tell you, I know some brothers that was working in them Carhartts.
Yeah,
I know some brothers that were working in them Carhartts. And I'll leave it like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, and that's an excellent point. Not only so that's the West Coast. We talked about the West Coast. We went up top to New York. Went up top to Detroit, but then when we go out east, think about Timberland as an example.
Timbos.
Goose down coat.
Yeah, goose down. These are things that the initial
the triple fat goose. The down coat.
All of that, and then we make them into a fashionable icons now, to where nationwide, people over in Japan, they're rocking this stuff.
Yeah.
That's the power of the culture. So I just wanted to really kind of focus on, we'll dive into as we emerge into, we'll dive into the specifics, getting into the brands, you know, everything from Adidas, like you mentioned, Diodore, Lotto, all of that.
Yeah, talking about some brands now.
Troops.
Yeah, Troop, all of that.
Troops.
We'll get into all of that, but I really just wanted to take a moment and just kind of talk about how the history.
British Knights.
Essence. I want to talk about the essence. On the first show, I want to talk about the essence, and we'll get into how we pagers fashion. We made pagers fashionable. We made pagers fashionable.
Right.
So we kind of responsible for the cell phone business taking off the way it did. You know, we was now showing it as a piece of shit. You know what I mean? We'll get it, but we'll get into all that. But
the brothers made sure you seen that beeper on their hip.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was making sure shirt tucked in so you could see the beeper.
No question. So
for real.
That's my segment, guys. I just want.
That was beautiful. That got all of us lit.
Yes, sir.
This whole thing is so beautiful. The whole thing is
Shout out old Reg, man. Hey, I love that.
Shout out old Reg.
Shout out.
No, I love it.
Shout out to theElementsEp1.
Word, that's dope. That's dope. Just to kind of piggyback, and I don't want to talk about it for too long, but like you said, how we made everything. We made rockin' rugbies popular. We made rockin' the Tommy Hills and the all of that, man. We rocked it totally different from how anybody else was rocking it.
That's right.
You could rock a rugby. I remember rocking a rugby with some sweatpants. The shoot sweatpants. Remember them sweatpants that shoot? You know what I'm saying?
That's what they was called, feet.
Yeah. I would rock them. Yes. Yeah. Skeets. I would rock a rugby with some sweatpants.
Skeets.
And then to take it further, because LF
What
LL
Stevie?
was rocking the skeets, or he was just rocking what sweatpants with the
One leg up.
with one leg down, one leg up.
Right.
So I started doing that.
Yeah.
That's just a shift in culture and fashion. How they marry and just brought something totally different, man. So hey, I love it, Reg. I appreciate your segment, bro. I
I
love
appreciate
it, man.
I appreciate the opportunity. On that note, though, I do want to add this one last tidbit, guys, because Jason made a valid point. I was just trying to condense, all my notes. But I learned in that film, and you guys will learn when you watch it. Take Dapper Dan. We're all familiar with Dapper Dan. But obviously they raided him. You'll find out the story behind how they raided him. That was pretty interesting. So he was forced to go underground, right? He was forced to go underground and still do his thing. And they have early images of some of his work that's pretty well known, that's out there. So then fast forward, Gucci borrowed one of his styles. You know what I mean? Big stuff. He cut it up, made his own joint. They took it and made it an official Gucci line without crediting him. And I guess Black Twitter just ate him up. Black Twitter was like, man, how y'all gonna take dude's whole Steve?
Shout out.
How you
Shout
gonna
out Black Twitter.
And then not even give him reference, not even give him credit for it. So we ate him up so much so that they went and hollered at dude, and now they partnered together.
Yeah.
They partnered
As it should be.
As they should be. As they should be.
Black
Because
excellence.
he transcended their brand, and he transcended a lot of people's brand.
Yes. Yes.
And he on there so clean. He on there so clean. When y'all see it, y'all gonna see it. And his glasses.
You see his glasses?
Glasses. So,
I was about to say his glasses was crazy.
His glasses. I'm a big fan of.
He got the gazelles though, right? Don't he be rocking the gazelles?
He got the Gucci version though. They
yeah, it's a Gucci choice.
Hey, it was like this big, big girl.
they was hard. On the side, they was like this thick too. But they was tall.
I'm going to check it out immediately.
Big like that. And he so
get on that.
So clean.
Yeah. Tailored.
But anyhow.
Nice.
Excellent segment, brother.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
excellent, Reg.
Word.
Thank you. We leave it to Jay for the
dope. As always, everybody
knock it out, Reg.
Everybody tuning in and watching and listening. We want y'all to comment, man. Comment on the segments that y'all hear. Add on to the conversation because, again, we just sharing the culture, man. Like this is what we doing. This is what we love, and if you tuning in, you love it too. So please add on to what you're hearing and give us some information as we giving y'all information. You know what I'm saying? But this next segment that we got coming up, special. It's very special. I see Reg rubbing his hands in that villainous form. You know what I'm saying?
It's all love. I'm excited.
It's all love, though. It's all love. But I'm gonna give this out to the show. Yo, Pune, the shoe bro. Let's talk about it, man. Wise Dome.
Man, well, talk about this next segment coming up, Jay. Wise Dome. We're going to take that E off, even though that stands for everyone. We still wisdom. So I'm come through this evening to drop a couple nice little jewels, to the listening crowd out there and to my brothers and sisters on the call with us this evening. A couple different things on the mind, on the chest that I got to get off. I'm going to try to be polite. I won't curse, but I will make the point. And check it. No age requirements. You don't even need your ID to hear what I got to say tonight.
My man,
real.
Smooth. He's so smooth, man. Shout out to Pune, Dark Gable, man.
This boy that was born in Harlem. This brother right here was really born in Harlem.
Yes, sir.
Dark Gable. Dog,
No,
get
Hey,
it,
I thought,
get it,
hey,
get it
hey,
right,
Dark Gable,
get it right.
hey, Dark Gable been
Did you
been trying to put this together, man. You know what I'm saying?
did
So,
you rehearse? Did you rehearse this, brother?
nah, brother, you know I got some notes over here to the side. I can't tell you no story, but you know we just make those what they call in the political world talking points.
Mm.
I just got some talking points. You know what I'm saying?
no
So,
doubt.
you know,
Yeah,
see if the
yeah.
good people out there, you know, want to hear what Pune got to say. And, you know, I won't steer you wrong. I promise that. I won't steer you wrong.
My man.
Uh, so a couple things on the man mind, man. You know, drop a couple jewels. I was thinking about this time of the year, man, the first part of September. And, you know, those that know me know I'm a big Pac fan. And so, you know, this first week of September always, you know, take me back to, you know, the unfortunately demise of the homie, you know. So I didn't know him, but through the
Yeah.
young man's music, you know what I'm saying, I felt like we kind of grew, you know, a lot of parallels.
Yes, sir.
And if nothing else, then definitely Jews. And if they wasn't Jews of his, they was Jews that I heard from somebody else that he just interpreted and made it clearer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try not to take a lot of credit, man, for some of the things that I say, because I've heard them, you know, from some people that's wiser than myself. You know, folk tell me I'm wise or wise beyond my years or different things like that. But if that be the case, then you know, I give that credit to, you know, those that you know sprinkle me. You know what I'm saying?
No
Uh,
question.
I always tell my homies, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, anybody that's older than you owe them. You owe them the respect to listen to what they got to say to you.
No doubt.
If they older than you, that means they've been here longer.
That's right.
If they only been here one day longer than you, they seen something you didn't see. You know? So that was always my approach to,
Talk
you
to him.
know, to this
Talk to him.
wisdom, to
Talk to
this
him.
wisdom.
Talk to him.
And so bringing back, man, to this time of the year, I think about a lot of the things that came through in Pac music, for instance. And so I say this from him to me, to the young brothers, especially out there, to the young brothers, my son, your sons, your cousins, your nephews. Um, we living in a fast time, man. Life is moving so fast. And I want to say to them, man, like, slow down, slow down. Don't let life get away from you too quick.
Mm.
You know, smell the flowers, enjoy the coffee, take the ride, things like that. But I think one of the jewels I want to share is I see so many youth losing their life so quick, and it takes me there real quick, and I say, man, you know, like who was you? You know, don't disrespect to nobody, uh, you know, but who was you? Was you?
Right.
You
Legacy.
understand what I'm saying? Who was you, man? Like
Yeah.
after today, when they put you in that ground, after today, when they get through wearing those T-shirts, after today,
Right.
when the horse and the buggies and you know all the fanfare disappear. You know what I'm saying? Who was you? I wrestle with that, you know, with my own self. With my own self. You know, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too,
And
bro.
what was you doing? What was you doing with that time that you was here? See, because everybody time is different, obviously. Everybody time is different. Some of us 5 years, some of us been on the earth 10 years, some make it to see 100, 65, 35, whatever, a whole lot of different years. But what was you doing in those years? So that way when you perish and you leave this place, you know, like the good brother, for instance, that passed away a couple, you know, last week, Black Panther. You'll see nothing but good things, you know, said about the brother. You see nothing but great works, you know, left behind by the brother. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody asks him, who was you? You know, besides Black Panther, he'll say, I played Jackie Robinson, I played Third Kid Marshall. I mean, we know who he is. We know who he is, you know, and how he put it down. You know, unbeknownst to all of us at that time, he making these films, you know, for our enjoyment. He was fighting
Fight for his
a
life.
life battle with cancer.
Come on, man.
You know
Come
what
on,
I'm saying?
man.
Like, I mean, and man, I mean, we never knew. I mean, all of us watch his movies, we never knew. So, who was you? What was you doing?
I love
How
it.
you put it
I
down?
love
Okay,
Right, bro.
and how you value
How
in
did you
life?
put it? How'd you put it down?
How did you put it down?
What
You know, how you value in
words
life?
to my firstborn?
Huh? Words to my firstborn? All of them, Q. All of them. The first, the
Yes,
second,
sir.
and the
Yes,
third.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? All of them. You know, so, you know, time will judge us all
Praise
accordingly,
due.
you know, and no doubt in different ways. But that's what I say to, you know, my brothers and the sisters, but my brothers especially. What was you doing, man? Who was you? You know, and with that, because I seen today before we got on the call, young man up in Rochester, police wrapped the bag around the man's head, got the man laying out in the street, buck naked, you know, like this 1863. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know, like, where's the value in that man's life? You know, that man had children, that man had a family, that man belonged to somebody. He had a mother, he was born to somebody.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So when I see that and I see somebody take his life and him fight for his life, sometimes say to me that, hey, you know, he was somebody. He was doing something. You understand what I'm saying? And them seeds that he left behind, that's his legacy. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he put it down. And I don't care if he worked at the grocery store packing bags or if he was pushing a cart to the metal spot every Friday, whatever he was doing. You know, he belonged to somebody and his life meant something. And I think so many times
So you're right.
things, you know, we get lost in so many different shuffles and we forgetting, you know, very important things, you know. So how was you putting it down? Then it brought me back to a couple more things real quick. Brought me back to a couple more things. And I shared this, me and the brother Reg, we talk a lot. We swap some texts. We leave each other messages because our work schedules and things be so crazy sometimes. And, you know, I said to Reg because I've had a maturation in the culture myself. You know, I come to listen to MCs that I used to didn't listen to, you know, for different reasons whatsoever. And I always like to share when I pick up something new from my friends or my families or, you know, my elements, brothers and sisters, you know, about different hip hop artists. I like to share when I become enlightened with what they just shared with me to become enlightened, you know. So listen to the brother Jay. I just quoted the man Pac. So listen to the brother Jay, and I say this to all the brothers out there. I say this to the people that's killing the brothers out there. You know who you are. I say that to the brothers that's killing brothers. You understand what I'm saying? It's a large group of us that feel like the brother Jay said. Your disdain for the brothers ain't gonna change the numbers. It's just strengthening the chain among us. We ain't afraid of none of this. Who want it with us? You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? We coming together slowly. We coming together slowly.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm talking about? You know, the salt sifter is shaking right now, and some of us gonna fall out, unfortunately. You know what I mean? That's the way it go, you know. But that sift is shaking right now, some of us falling out. All that remains though, we bond. We strong, and we gonna be stronger. So just keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing. Take care of one another, look out for one another, start appreciating one another. Tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. You know, take this life, man, for real, for real. Nobody perfect. I don't want to shine no light on nobody. I don't want nobody to walk away from this podcast thinking, you know, I'm rejecting their life or their lifestyle or, you know, different things of the sort, because that's not the case. I'm just trying to tell you, I'd rather see you reach your full potential and your true greatness
Right
because
on.
that's what you was born for. That's what you was born for. You was born a king. You was born a queen. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody got to anoint you. You was born that. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is act the part.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Hey, right on. The show, man.
Oh, God.
Gratitude, brother. Gratitude, big brother.
Wisdom.
Who is you?
Wisdom
Who is
from the
you?
wisdom.
I don't.
Wisdom from the wisdom. You feel me?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
what was your process to prepare all of that? What was your process, sir?
Conversation.
Because you just got
Conversation.
Everything froze up on me. If y'all can hear me.
we
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
everybody.
We hear you. We see you.
Yep.
You got in us like Pac did. Remember you and I talked about, our guys and why, and who resonated with us and why. And so you got, and probably everybody in this call as well as everybody who will watch, you got at us like Pop would. So I get
Yeah.
why that dude. What's your process, sir?
Conversation. Conversation. You know, like I said, pick up that wisdom, from those that's older than you. Listen. The man said his mom told him, hey, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So you can do twice as much listening as you do talking. You understand what I'm saying? So I listen a lot. I've listened a lot. And preparing for this evening, I listened to our previous calls, all our dialect and conversation and different things. And I thought about, the losses that the city, that the town is going through, and
Yes.
my true reaction. Like I backed up off some of the social media because things can get opinions and things can get real toxic. Things can be misunderstood sometimes. And and I was like, man, maybe social media ain't really for me,
Right.
or my opinion or a thing like that. And so, I felt like, hey, I need to detox my mind and clear my thought. And me and you had a conversation on Reg, and that's where the J verse came like that. And then the brother Q called me, and everything else formulated from then. When Q called and said, hey, the elements got these they got these stones in that glove. You know what I'm talking about? And we missing that wisdom stone. We need you to come through, bro.
The young Thanos.
So we can do that. So we can go.
Tell him,
Yeah, the
Jay.
young
So we
Thanos.
can.
So
Yeah.
hey, the elements snapped their fingers, and I came, and
Like that.
it just came, brother.
Like that.
It just came, brother. This is what we do. These are the elements. These are the elements. I think we all will agree when we came into hip hop, when we all came into hip hop, wasn't nothing but positive energy.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
So hey, we like the homie Shep. You know what I'm saying? Not so. You hear that? Say on me.
On me. On me.
Say on me. So
On
that's what I owe,
me.
man. That's what I owe. That's what I owe.
That's outstanding. Outstanding. Outstanding.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
It's crazy how each of our segments is like in tune.
Thank you, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We could have sat in the same room and wrote all our segments because it seemed
Yes.
like we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We was ready.
Hey, you asked how that man come. You asked how that man come with that stuff. He Pune, man. That's what he doing.
So y'all were privy to it, like we acquainted, right? And we good.
Yeah.
But y'all were like this coming up. You know what I mean? Y'all had more familiarity. Like I know him I don't know him up close like y'all do. Now that said, you understand what I'm saying? We definitely always been guys. We always did this.
Yes.
This is, y'all was like this for a number of
Yes.
years. So I just didn't know him
Word.
the same way that you knew him.
Yes. Yes.
I knew that was there. We had plenty of
Hey,
conversation.
that's true story, Reggie. Because you know, me and Q, J2, hey, we go back like boys club and foosball.
Boys.
And I was gonna bring that up earlier.
Bumper pool, baby.
Bumper pool.
baby.
Hey, look. I'm gonna take it further though. When I transitioned and kind of left and did my own thing, went to Springfield and then left to Atlanta, I missed out on a whole lot. I missed out on them Division Street days and them builds.
West Division.
West Division.
We came back. West Division.
Yeah.
Boy.
I remember we came back. We came back to the city. We came back to the town, and
Yes.
we built at the hotel.
Yes, sir.
Man, Pune, man, he took me to the side, man, and the show was the next day. He took me to the side, and he was saying, he spoke to me, man. He brought the wisdom to me.
Yes, sir.
And I took it, and it did something for me. And mind you, I hadn't seen this man. Q45 was more affiliated and tight with him, but this man took me as if I was a day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just took me to the side and built with me and connected with me. And man, it brought tears to my eyes. I ain't even gonna front. It brought tears to my eyes, man. So, yo, I appreciate it. I appreciate the segment. And
Yes, sir.
yo, you bring a lot of wisdom, wise dome
Yes,
to
sir.
the conversation, man. So appreciate you adding on, good brother.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Love is love, man. You know, love is love, and I'm telling you, these
Always.
elements, they
Always.
strong. I mean, we all bond. You know, on top of all that, we all bond. You know, we from the same place. You know, Kim, her grandmother, my grandmother was neighbors.
I was here to say that. And every time, for real, every time you would come around, I was thinking about this. I'm like, I call it talking shit, but every time Pune came around, he was talking shit, and I used to, as a little girl, I'm like, why is this dude always mad? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, I would be down there on the corner at Rashida's. Rashida was my buddy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you would
Yep.
come
Shout out,
around
cousin.
and everything. Bless us out real quick, like, don't go across the track. Don't
Right.
be doing this, don't be doing, but you was always really protective of us. And that's a Decatur staple. When I was little, the big bros, Adrian Dale, Durrell Dale, and them, they took care of us. You know what I'm saying? They always looked out for us. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't ride in the back of the bus with them, like, go on somewhere, go on to the front, but you ain't coming back here. But you always was like, when it was said and done, you was like telling me and Rashida, y'all be cool. Don't be around here doing nothing y'all ain't supposed to do. That was really, and then you would be gone. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like a thief in the night, then he'd be gone. Be gone. But I was like, he used to come around and he used to for real be like fussing us, and we would now Rashida would come back at you, but I'd be like, why is this dude always like on our case? You know what I mean? But it was all love, and you was just we was the little homies, and you was just making sure we was safe.
That's right, looking out.
So that was like pre-Phoenix Park days right there. Pre-Phoenix Park. We watched Phoenix Park get built.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
The painting of the wall and everything.
Man, everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So that was love. I've known you for a long time.
Yeah. We go way back, man. Everybody, man. That's why it's the elements, man. You know. And I tell you what. I don't know if he watching. I appreciate all the, the flowers and everything and the shout out, man. Y'all giving me the love y'all giving me, but I'd be remiss to be on this program with y'all talking hip hop if I didn't shout out Sam Risby.
Salute to the big brother, man. Hey,
You
And
see what I'm saying?
and the elders.
Everybody got a bigger brother. You see what I mean? So shout out to my big brother Sam Risby, man.
That's love.
Word.
yeah,
Straight
Sam.
up.
Yeah, Sam. It's always love. It's always love. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
word up.
My
Word up.
guy.
Zone one.
Zone.
Zone one.
Zone.
Zone one.
Zone one. Yes, sir.
You know Zone. If you know
Yes.
Zone, you know Sam. You done seen Sam in action with them freestyles.
Yes. Yes.
Word up.
Hey, you know what, Reg? Now that's one thing. Hey, you know what? On West Division. Now, if we didn't get nothing else going, we got the freestyle session going. Them things was legendary, man. Them things was
Please
legendary.
believe. Please
I tell you,
believe.
if you're
Please
there, you gotta come on with your bars. Hot or cold, whatever you feel, man.
So,
Spit your
no.
man, spit your shit, man.
We got a
I think the most classic battle.
Go ahead,
I think the
Kwame.
most classic battle was Zone versus Draper.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's classic material, right? That's classic material.
Yeah.
Zone and Draper.
Yeah.
Man, I think they was trying to rap all night, man.
I think we got photos of that one. I think we got
Yes.
Yeah,
photos.
that was like New
Yes,
Year's. That was
we
like
do.
New Year's Eve.
Yes, sir. New Year's Eve. Reg was in
That
the
was
building.
New Year's
Yeah.
Eve, man.
Oh, Reg was in the building.
I had the
Like,
red cup, the paper cup.
Yes,
Like-
sir.
Oh. Yeah. I got pictures. I got pictures from that night. Get with me. I got pictures. Word up.
Yeah. Yeah, your boy Balt.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Man, that's what's up right there, man.
Shout out Ball. Shout out
Coach.
Shout out Ball. Shout out
Shout
Reese.
Shout out
Yeah.
Reese. Man, that's the
Oh,
culture
man.
right there, though, right?
You know, back in the day, that was good time. Good time. That was the culture, no
That's
doubt.
the culture, man. That's the
Yeah.
culture.
Come to West Division, you gotta have at least a six. You got at least have. You don't fall to the door with at least a 6-pack of Bud Ice,
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah. Hey, come on with your Bud Ice, your Bud Light. Hey,
Bud
Q,
Ice.
your E&J. Man, for real.
Whatever you
man.
got,
Whatever you
it's
got,
going
man.
down.
Bring your flavor. Bring
Yeah.
your flavor. Straight up. We'll know no
Yep.
strangers, you know?
Yep.
Straight up. We don't know no strangers, man.
We might need to talk
Yep.
about doing a
Facts.
little mini series called West Division Street, man, because it sounds
Hey.
like it's a lot of stories coming from over there.
Oh man, listen.
Oh,
Hey, by the time fanfare closed at the fanfare finish line closed at 9:00. Hey, okay, let 10:30 catch you and you ain't made it to West Division yet. Man, you might have to catch us going down Monroe Street. Straight up. Man,
Out.
we out the door.
Out.
Out the door,
Out.
man.
City Plaza. City Plaza.
Hey,
Oh,
City
City
Plaza.
Plaza Lake. Yeah. Yeah, we hit the plaza. No. Shut the plaza down, go to the Elks.
Look, y'all bringing in a lot of landmarks and a lot of staples that hopefully a lot of our listeners will be familiar with, but a lot of the listeners that's gonna be tuning in won't be familiar with. So y'all do y'all Googles on that, man. But we talking
Yeah, no
about
doubt.
we talking about some 217 staples and landmarks and some history, and it's all
Rest in peace to Bass Place.
Bass
Yeah.
Place. Woo. The last place I expected to see love. She had a
Yeah.
silhouette of Nefertiti smoking the beady, bobbing her head to the latest hip hop CD. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, plug
Yo.
that book, Jason.
Yeah, let me plug that book one time. I ain't got it on me, but the manuscript,
The manuscript.
the manuscript.
The manuscript.
Manuscript.
True
OU.
The Wordsmith and the Verbalist, man. It's on Lulu.com. Check that out, www.lulu.com /spotlight/the Moors. TheMoores. It'll take you straight to the books, eclectic verses, man. We got 4 books out currently, man. So y'all check that out. But
link in the comments.
We got one in the can. Man,
Hey, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful pilot. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt. Perfect. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Everything is peace. Everything's peace.
Everything.
Next go around, I got some lessons for y'all though.
Everything is peace. I love it, man. You know, what's that? 4-5. Say that one more time.
Next go around, I got qualities lessons.
Word. We're gonna be looking out. We're gonna be looking out for that. We're gonna be looking out for that. But yo, everybody, again, the Elements Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. We're gonna be coming with y'all, bringing y'all the latest in hip hop, grooming y'all, grooming the young, grooming the babies on the history of hip hop, and not just talking music, but just how the culture influences and grows and cultivates. This is not gonna be your ordinary hip hop podcast, man. We're gonna be talking, we're gonna be grooming, we're gonna be growing, we're gonna be learning and cultivating the soil. You know what I'm saying? Because this is definitely fertile ground that hip hop is dropping seeds in, and we want to make sure that the harvest that we reaping is good harvest. But before we close this thing out, my uncle, he shares some jewels with me daily, and so we're gonna close this out with a jewel that my uncle shared with me, and we're gonna take it out like that. It says, if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help you build theirs. Let me say that one more time. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help you build theirs. So chase your dreams, whatever's in your mind, it starts with a thought. Go for it, get it. Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Chase it and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It's yours. The world in the palm of your hands. It's yours. 23 million of useful land. It's yours. The seed in the black woman. It's yours. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
It's yours.
It's yours. It's yours.
I receive that and I believe that.
Word. Any last words, anybody?
That was perfect,
Big girl.
Hey, just again, happy to be a part. Like you said, let's love on your people hard, you know.
No doubt.
Word up,
Yeah.
on Reg.
I'll put it like, let's see if I can see. Can y'all see this right here? Let's see. Maybe not. It says, there we go. Can y'all see that?
Dream, hustle, inspire.
Dream, hustle, inspire. Word.
That was my last word. It's dream, hustle, inspire, y'all.
Brother Pooh.
Peace to that.
Word. Peace to that. Good brother Pooh there.
Be wise.
Sure.
That's it. What's understood don't need no explanation.
No doubt.
Right on.
Q45, you got the last word, good brother.
Peace to man, woman, and child. Continue to strive for perfection. Remain all wise and civilized. Rest in peace. Resonate in power. Jackie Woodland. Resonate in power. James Jones. Hey.
Yeah.
Prayers for my city.
Prayers for us.
Indeed.
No doubt.
Indeed.
Word up. Until
Indeed.
next time, the Elements family. It's been great. I love y'all. Everybody tune in, and we're gonna be back with y'all soon. Elements Podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Blessings on blessings, y'all. Good night.
The culture saved my life, time and time again. Emotionally attached, closer to me than a friend. The times of pride kept me from crying to release stress. It touched my heart, made me strive to be the best. Part of my life, made me move, speak, and connect. Out of respect and introspect, now let's reflect. Scapegoat for my community to be reprimanded.